Hi everyone, welcome back to Study Sip Save, and this is going to be my budget my paycheck video for the month of May. Completely forgot what month it was for a second, but yeah, I've got a few updates to share. And if you haven't seen any of my videos before, I like to budget my paycheck every month. I get paid once a month, and I like to budget it using an application called YNAB, which you'll see on the screen now. YNAB is, or You Need a Budget, is a software that basically helps people have a different mindset and build a different relationship with money. So if you would like to try this out, there will be a link in the description where I've put a link which is a referral code. You'll get a free month trial, and if you decide that you like the program, you can then start a subscription, and in doing so I think we both benefit and we both get a free month free, but there's no strings attached. If you find out you don't like it, you don't have to go ahead and pay for it, and even to start a free trial there is no need to give any of your bank details or payment information, so you can just try it with an account without putting any payment details in there. So let's get started. I've got a few updates for everyone. So it's May. I'm actually recording this in the evening, a couple hours before I get my paycheck again, just because it will hit when I'm asleep. I'm not spending any more money, and I am far too busy tomorrow to film this, and I like to budget my paycheck for as soon as I get it, just so I know what's happening, so I'm not like spending money out of different categories and such. Some of you might have noticed, well hopefully if it's worked you will have noticed that my microphone is picking up a lot more sound. This could be for two reasons. One, I actually went into the settings and increased the level or volume level and the amount of sound the microphone is picking up, so I've increased that, so hopefully it's a little bit louder. But I also have got a new laptop, so I'm recording on that as well. But I think it's actually because of the former reason, as there's nothing wrong with the other laptop speakers or microphone, and I just think I needed to up the sound. I did try and use an external microphone, but I was finding that that was picking up too much sound, and I don't think I have the programs in order to edit sound, or the time to edit sound, or even the skills to edit sound for the moment. If that's something I can check out at a later date, I will definitely check that out. But for now we've got hopefully better sound, and yeah, hopefully it uploads, fingers crossed, to YouTube and keeps the audio at a better quality than some of my other videos. But yeah, you might have noticed on screen I've got my paycheck here, and thank God it's increased. What a relief. So I said in my previous video that I just got a promotion and got a pay rise. For years, those of you that didn't know, before I was an apprentice and I was on a slightly lower salary. After 1 year of being an apprentice, I got a slight pay rise, and now after 1 year and 6 months total, I have finished my apprenticeship and I have been promoted, and that came with a significant pay rise of about just over 10 figures. Hi, this is Editing Lucy here. Obviously not 10 figures. I meant 5 figures. But yeah, a gal can dream, right? So what you see here in the ready to sign is my monthly salary. However, It's slightly lower than it would be usually, just because I got my pay rise in the middle of the month. So what you see here is basically pro rata, my new salary pro rata. So next month I'll start to see the full new monthly salary. Actually, that is also a lie, because I have upped my pension contributions from 8% to 10% because it's matched contributions, and 8% was the highest that I could match on my previous salary, but now it's gone up a little bit. I've extended it to get the full match of 10%. So I've gone through my first thing to note, which is what my pay rise looked like. What other things can I update you guys on? My pension is doing a lot better. I think everyone would have seen their investments go down quite significantly over the past month or two. Started to pick up a bit over the past week or two, which I'm very happy about, that I'm not at negative earnings, if that makes sense. So my valuations was actually dropped by, I think it was about 8 to 15%. Beforehand, I was actually up, I think, 18%, so plus 18%. But now it's starting to creep up a little bit more, and obviously I like to look at it to track it a little bit, but I'm not too bothered about that, as it's a long-term investment. So for now I'm just getting the full matched salary sacrifice into my pension that I can, in order to kind of pay a little bit less tax. Yeah, so let's start budgeting, shall we? We've got £2,116.30. And I think we'll start with the overspent categories. So before, I used to cover my overspending with just the money I had left over in my category. So I usually do it before I film. However, this time I decided to do it whilst I'm filming. This is because my spending has gone up a little bit, because my council tax bill has kicked back in for the new financial year, and it was also a 5-week month for me, and I only get paid once a month, so it was a bit of a slight shock to the system, I must admit. But I knew that the overspending came from this week and last week in certain categories, so I just thought I'd leave it because I could cover it with my new salary. So let's start with the overspending. One of them I'm not going to cover is this reimbursements. This is money that someone owes me that I've just taken out of this one and put it into, and then I'll cover it when they pay me back, so that's fine. Groceries I will cover though, so let's get that started. So £9.80. Work meals, this is just like when I go into work, I will buy breakfast or lunch or something, and I've been going in a little bit more recently, so that's gone up a little bit. And then this overspending, I think it's a really random number because I didn't get a meal. We got small snacks, and I also, out of this £90 that I assigned, took someone out for dinner, so let's just cover that. So yeah, like I said, I'll leave this one because my friend is going to pay me back for that. So what I want to do, this is the current check for this month, so I'll go through these categories first. There are some categories missing as well on this view that I haven't added because they're new categories, so I'll do that in a minute. So let's just go through. Holding, I don't need to try count this. I don't need investments. So let's start with rent. So £600 in rent. I shall put my bills in. This is electric bill. This is £6.83. This is water, so that's fresh water and wastewater. Internet needs £10. All of these TV subscriptions have gone out, so that's fine. There's one more week left, so I'll add £30 in here. Transportation, I'm not going to the office that takes me longer to get to and more of a higher ticket price, so I shall add for this weekend and travelling to a local office. Let's see, let's be safe and add 30 just in case. Work meals, I will expense one of my lunches next week because I have a voucher, and one of them I will pay for myself. However, I'm going to need to cover that anyway, as the expense doesn't come through straight away, it takes a couple of weeks. So I'll put 15 in there. Toiletries, I'm going to need some deodorant and probably some shampoo, conditioner, body wash, these kind of things. So I'll put 20 in there just in case. Dental, I'll cover that as well. I want to go for a hygienist appointment, so I'll save for that one first before I save for a dental appointment, because I know I'm going to need to go to the hygienist anyway for a clean, so it's better to just go for the clean and then in 6 months go for a checkup, instead of doing it the other way around. Let's close these. And giving is all funded, so that's perfect. Let's go to all just to see if I've missed anything. Let's go through this. I'll go through this in a minute. Let's put some in wonky coffee. How many months until September? 4, so I'm going to put that I'll need this. Let's change this target to every 4 months, so let's put it due in September. Let's do that. Repeat every 4 months, save target. So for now I don't need to put anything in there, so that's brilliant. Groceries, transportation, work meals, toiletry, health, dental. I'll come back to the sinking funds. I always do those last. Wish farm I won't add anything to, so let's go to June and go to the month before check. So what I want to do is I want to put money into my emergency fund, so that's £200 in there, and I'll update the percentage in there as well. Bills that I'm going to need to fund is my phone bill and cloud storage, and then these bills are Canva, Spotify, this is a family subscription, and then this is my language learning app that I like to use. Syncing needs, I need to add, so it's a 4-week month next month, thankfully, so I'll add funds for the first 3 weeks to cover me up to my paycheck, so I will put 120 in here. I will also put £210 in this one to cover transportation. Usually it's a lot less than I think it's going to be, so as the month goes on I will check up on how much I'll need roughly and move it around, so that's all okay. And then dental, I'll add money in here as well, even though I add money to the last one. There is one more bill that I'm going to put in, but I'm going to go to July to cover, which is my council tax bill, because I pay it at the beginning of the month, but I'm almost like a month ahead for this. So let's cover half of that. And now I'm ready to cover my other stuff. So first thing I want to do is explain what this is. So since being at university, I've actually been borrowing an old laptop from someone, and essentially it was like a laptop they never use. And when I say borrow, it was borrowing, but they don't want it back, and because it's so old, I needed to change it. So what I did was, someone within my family, friends, etc., was kind enough to lend me the money to buy a new laptop at no interest. Pay them back whenever, which is very, very generous and very, very helpful with the current situation I'm in. So I got a really good deal on a MacBook Air that should hopefully last me a while. The previous laptop that I borrowed was I think it was a 2015-2016 MacBook Pro. So the fact that I was able to use that for 4 years was actually absolutely great. But this is super great. So I'm gonna save the money up until I have the full amount in a savings account, and whatever interest that money gains within that separate savings account, I'm just going to give that all to them. And if it's not that much, less than I expected, I'll just do something nice for them as to show gratitude. So I'll put £50 in here. Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is another announcement from Editor Lucy. I can confirm, since yesterday I managed to get a refund of £97, as there was a price drop and they agreed to match it. So I can confirm that this debt has officially gone down, and I have knocked off around 2 months of payments. That is all. Back to the original video. However, now my salary's been increased a little bit, I'm going to increase my savings. I don't just want to increase my spending, as that sort of gets you into the habit of this lifestyle inflation, where when you have more money, you spend more money. And I think I'm going to need more savings in the mid to long term. But there could be situations where an emergency could happen and I need it in the short term. So I do have an emergency fund, but I'm still going to put money in here, and I'll start off with 100, and I'll just see how it goes to budget the rest of my paycheck, and then I will come back to that. So we've done this month. So let's have a look. I'm going to add some money for drinks, as it's my friend's birthday this weekend and we're going out for drinks. So I'm gonna put £20 in there, and I'll put £20 in here as well, just in case. Dining out, I'll just put 20 in there as well. And I also need to get them a gift, and I think I'm just gonna add this in general gifts. So let's add a cute little emoji in here. I'm not entirely sure where the gift box is. I guess it's in here somewhere. scroll to have a look. Here we go. Should we put this one? Yeah, let's do that. Gifts. And I'll leave that at the top of my budget so that if I take anything off of here, it will just go into the general. And oh, this is difficult. Let's do 30 for now. If I need to change it, I'll change it. Entertainment, I'll leave that blank. Homeware, I might need some cleaning supplies, etc. So I'll put 10 in there. I would really love to get my nails done, but I'm not sure. I'll come back to that one as well. It's not a priority. So let's go into June and do the this as well. So I don't need anything in there. Don't need anything in here either. I'll do that on my next paycheck. And that's done. I don't need these bills paid until my next paycheck. I don't need internet for this paycheck. Oh, I need my TV subscriptions because they seem to be coming out a lot earlier than I thought they were. So let's put these on, and let's just fund YNAB as well. So let's click this and just go underfunded. So I'm also saving up for a yearly subscription. I'm not sure, I can't really remember how much money the yearly subscription would save me. But I've just put roughly £90 because it comes out of my account in dollars, I believe. So the price actually varies month to month. So average spent £9.73. So it really depends on the month and the conversion. So I will see when this is fully paid and how much it costs me and how much that's saved compared to the amount I spend on the monthly subscription. I don't need anything else in that category, so let's go through this. All of this is done. Actually, work meals, I need to add some to this because £15 is in the previous month, so let's add 35. Be a good idea. Toiletries, let's add 15. Dental's done as well. Close that. Now we can add some more of these. I'm going to add 80 in here. I seem to enjoy the convenience of this a lot, so we shall see. Entertainment, there's not really any like films or anything I want to go and see or do, so I'll leave that in there. Clothes, I don't think I need anything, and I'll fund haircut 21, 25. Now we have £154.84. These two, it's actually one event. I'm gonna need in the beginning of July, so this wouldn't come out of my July paycheck. So I need 2 paychecks to cover these. So that's going to be my June paycheck and then this month. So I'm gonna need to cover this travel, and then next month that'll be fully funded. And usually I would cover this as well, but I'm a month ahead anyway, so I'm going to cover the ones that will come out, which is just this one. So that's funded. And then I'll leave the rest of them to my next paycheck. And then this money, I'm going to do something for myself. So one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to add £50 extra into savings here. And then I'm going to do something for me. Did I add anything to spend for stash? I don't think I did. Oh my god. wait, go back. No. Okay. Okay, I know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna undo that. I'm gonna take 50 back off. I'm going to move 50 into here and move 36.99 into here. I just want to do like a standard like manicure, sorry, which is roughly 20 to 30 pounds, I think, in the UK. So that should be enough. I think that's all good. I've got some, basically I've got a new job and that's coming in September, and I have a work bag, but my work bag is currently a dark green colour, and I wanted to get just a standard black bag, but when I got this green bag, it was when I started my current job that I have, so I would like to do that again to kind of like commemorate the fact that I'm starting this new job, and sometime within the first 6 months buy this one. This is a brand I really like. It's a bag from China, and I was actually gifted a bag from them, and it's a bag that I really cherish and use a lot, and it's still in very good condition, and I've used it a lot in the past 5 years, and I really like the quality. I'm not sure now because I haven't obviously bought anything in the past 4 years, so I'm curious to see if the quality is still the same, but I might even buy this secondhand because I know a lot of people sell them on eBay or Vinted, so I will have a look. I've got office clothes. I think that was there before, and I'm actually going to reorder these in priority, so I think this one sadly is probably up the top. I really do need to replace the battery in my phone, and I think it would be a good time to do that as soon as possible, because just in case the cost of the battery changes due to the tariffs, although I'm not sure on the logistics of that, but I was actually talking with some friends recently that they literally told me it was a perfect time to buy a MacBook if I wanted to buy one, so I'm lucky I bought one because the prices might continue to go up considerably, so I got mine at quite a good price at a discount as well, so that was good. But yeah, I think we're all done here. So yeah, a lot more relieving to have a bit more money in my pocket, but also I think I'm doing it sensibly with what I've got and saving a bit more money as well. So hopefully this will all go well, and I can not have that lifestyle creep that sometimes comes with with pay rises. I know some people get caught out on that, so yeah, I know it could be a very easy thing to slip into, but just trying to be sensible and tell myself that I can work towards my goals and stuff like that. But yeah, I think everything looks good. Everything looks very good. So we shall see each other in the next video, and I'm also going to do a video on the 50-30-20 rule. So if you haven't heard of that, or you would just like to see kind of like my take on it, whether I'm following that or not, I would love to speak about it, and I'm also going to speak about why my budget is set up the way it is in these different categories as well. So if you would like to see that, please stick around for the next video. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this one. I hope the audio was a bit better. But let me know how you're budgeting your paycheck, whether you would like to use YNAB or if you prefer to do some more manual cash stuffing with the envelope methods, whether you use things like Monzo or like your bank apps to do digital envelopes. But yeah, let me know how you're doing, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.